Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big Gauchos, the stock investing show is completely out of pocket to help put money in your pocket. I'm Austin, back with the boys.
What's up, Big Gauchos? It's your boy Big Gaucho Tyler. We back.
Hey, BYHers, this is Dave here. Hopefully everyone's having a great Monday. We had a great weekend. Hopefully you guys did too. Before we get started though, make sure to pause the video, like, comment, subscribe, show us some love. We appreciate it, and let's get started.
Yes, sir. First of all, the main reason that you all probably clicked on this video, judging by the thumbnail, is SoftBank could be predicting the next big crash. They just sold off $80 billion of their assets in order to be able to hoard cash in case of a massive financial collapse. The original estimate of what they were going to sell off this year between their companies was $40 billion, but it has since doubled because the company is wanting liquidity, quote, in case of a global emergency, as CEO Masayoshi Son said to CNBC. He believes any of these events could be disastrous and take place in the next 2 to 3 months, namely issues with the stock market or liquidity from not necessarily the bank itself, but the major financial institutions, because he was mainly referencing the collapse of Lehman Brothers in 2008, largest bankruptcy in history, as a comparison of what could be coming for some of these big financiers and investment companies. But he's very determined not to take the company private, even though SoftBank is worried about the geopolitical climate and short-term prospects of vaccines. So the big question is, out of all of this, because the top level banking analysts at this firm, and they're supposed to be investment experts, them being concerned about the big crash, what do you think? You think it's possible? Do you think we should also be concerned about it?
You can go, Tyler.
Absolutely. All right, Big Gauchos. I'm a pretty big advocate on the bull market and the crash and all that good stuff. And I think this is a sign. We all saw what SoftBank originally did with increase in the market with all the money they've been. What was it called? Was it on calls and puts and options?
Yeah, they were buying calls on all the big tech companies and overinflating the stock, and they were found out to be the big tech whale of the tech bubble a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I feel like based off of what they did, they're the cause of it going up. They're going to be the cause of it going down. They sold $80 billion of assets. That's not a lot. That's not a little bit of money. So
It's not a lot.
it's not a little bit of money. And I think definitely if you're up a lot, take some profits. Obviously, if you want to have some money in the game, obviously do that. But definitely take what you've made. Either hold it, wait for a little bit of a dip, because we are at the top. Let's be honest. We're 29,000. What are we close? 400, 500 today?
Yeah, 591.
Mm-hmm.
591.
591.
We're basically topped out, and it could go up more, but if you look at the graphs, more than likely we're due for a little bit of a correction at the very least. So take some profit, enjoy what you made, and look for the next opportunity.
Yeah, no, I agree. I sold off a little bit today. So I'm kind of following SoftBank, I guess you could say, except, I'm not really even remotely close to the $80 billion. I'm, working a couple decimal points, not decimal points, a couple of zeros short of that. But, nonetheless, I did follow them and sold out some of my assets as well. We all thought that there was going to be a correction after the election, but that didn't happen. So I still think there will be a correction because, you see like a lot of analysts giving out pretty bold predictions. They're always increasing their, prediction for stock price or whatever.
Yeah.
And whenever people start doing that and getting comfortable with it, that's when you should get worried. So, I'm on Hinge a little bit. I have about a third out of the market right now and a third or 2/3 in. So I'm trying to get more out. Maybe I will. I haven't really decided yet. But yeah, I think there is something to be worried about. I'm not sure why they're worried about a vaccine. Maybe they're worried about like a I Am Legend deal happening where, the vaccine turns people into like zombies or whatever. But
hey, you never know. Or
yeah,
just not coming at all, I guess.
Mm.
But
it is true, because a lot of the upticks recently, especially in the past couple of weeks, were just because of positive news about the possible vaccination.
yep. And if none of this stuff ends up coming to fruition, I think he's definitely right about that. And being at the helm of SoftBank, I'm sure he has great advisors. I would hope. So I would definitely trust his advice. I also agree with Dave. I've been selling off some of the riskier stuff, the travel related items. Last week I sold Mesa Airlines. Unfortunately, the stock went up about $1 from what I sold it at last week in after hours. So missed out on a little change there, but it's all good. It happens. But especially like Dave was saying, when everyone else is making it seem like it's just easy to invest in the market and nothing bad will ever happen, then it's kind of a sign that things are getting pretty overhyped, and might be best to get out of some of your riskier investments and take a little cool off break.
Exactly.
Yep, you never know, and you don't want to be caught holding the ball because everybody else is playing the game stupid.
Yep, it's like a game where I don't know, you have everyone on a airplane jumping out of the airplane, but there's not enough parachutes, so whoever doesn't jump out first is going to be left behind, I guess you could say. So you don't want to be left in the plane with no parachutes. That would be quite tragic for you. So make sure you get out early. You might lose a little bit of profit, but overall in the long run you'll probably be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. It's a 25% loss is better than 75. So do with that what you will.
True. More news on Tesla. We talked about them on Thursday. About I think it was Thursday, right? They're
or Friday, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it was on Friday technically, but there were some bad publicity going on with I guess consumer ratings reports that they were unreliable, and there's some more news to go along with this. So apparently the Model X needs some software updates to their computer chip, because there's a way you can hack the car to turn it on without the owner being present.
Ooh.
So that's pretty big news, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, the issue with this, or it's not that big of an issue in my opinion, because this only works under certain situations where probably very few people could actually pull this off. Because there wasn't really a detailed list on how to do this was to be released, because obviously the person who figured this out doesn't want people to be stealing cars. So they just gave a little summary. Essentially, you got to use two pieces of, I guess, software. You got to use let's call it a Raspberry Pi, which is the purple squared image over there. If you're looking on YouTube, it's kind of like a little mini computer chip, essentially. But yeah, and then what you do is you have to use a Tesla body control module, which I'm not really too sure what this is, but it's the image on the right, the black looking box. I think it's just the Tesla computer kind of. I think it's pretty expensive. When I looked it up online, it's a couple $100.
Dang.
But what you got to do is you got to be within around 50 feet of the key fob, and then you do something. It doesn't really say what you do, but you do something and you can unlock the car. But then once you get inside the car, that's when you can turn the car on remotely. And this doesn't really depend on how close you are to the owner. So you just need to be close enough to get into the car. And then once you're in the car, you plug the computer chip into the car somehow, and then you can operate it. And essentially you're tricking the computer on the Tesla to kind of ignore, because normally with the key fob, it has some sort of encryption on it to tell the car when it's the right key, I guess, or right frequency to start the engine. But you're tricking the computer, and it's operating without, I guess, proper acknowledgement or something like that. That's what it said. I'm not really computer smart. I'm a little smart in computers, but not this smart. So I don't really know what they're talking about. But the person who figured it out, they said that there's an easy fix to it, and Tesla should be able to figure it out and update all the vehicles within the next couple of weeks.
Dude, I bet the guy that discovered it is getting some big cash from Elon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, because there were other, I guess, hackers that figured out stuff before with other Tesla cars, and Elon Musk gave them a free vehicle. So they're not going to get like cold hard cash, but they'll probably get a free Tesla, which is
still
pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, depending on which one you could get, you get a high performance Model 3 that could be like 60 grand right there.
I think
or a Tesla truck.
Oh, dude, imagine like the first one to get the Cybertruck, sell it for like $1 million.
Jeez. Well, I mean, I think it's cool to have the number one.
Oh, yeah, that'd be worth a lot of money someday.
True.
But yeah, that's really interesting that somebody even took the time to do that. But I guess people are getting bored in quarantine these days, so it makes a lot of sense. That it sounds almost like too insane that Tesla hadn't thought of it before. But I guess it is a hack. So it's, as long as it's helping them improve, it'll probably be good for their probably good for their stock.
Yeah, their stock's over $500 now. It's ridiculous.
Chump change.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, we should definitely try this theory out and see if it works.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, you get a new Tesla for $200.
Yeah, I mean, I take that any day of the week.
Yeah, it's a decent investment. 4% return.
Easy money.
Yeah. So the people who figured this out said it was pretty like rudimentary. So they made it seem like Tesla was like, they had a huge oversight. So I don't know if it actually is a huge oversight and it's just like a really simple fix or not. But the people who were hacking it said that it was like, they shouldn't have been able to do this.
I wonder if a 4-year-old could do it.
I mean, probably. They, were told exactly what to do.
Hey, I'd pay to see it happen. I'd pay to see if anybody could like figure out how to do it, is what I'm saying. Because like, I don't think that anybody could, like the average person that doesn't have computer programming knowledge, I don't think anybody could figure this out.
Yeah, I think it is pretty, you got to definitely learn how to do these things before like the average criminal is not going to be able to steal a Tesla with this method. There's no way. You'd have to be pretty proficient in computers and this field in order to pull this off. So I don't think very many people have had this happen to them, if anyone's had this happen to them. Yeah,
I would highly doubt it, but very interesting to see nonetheless, and just done with a cell phone.
Yeah.
Well, not all the bad news in the car industry is on Tesla, even though we've been picking on them for about 2 weeks. I mean, they do have a lot of good news, but GM also is going to recall 7 million vehicles because there's a dangerous airbag inflator defect. Basically, it can spontaneously explode if it's exposed to severe heat or cold, which is a problem in most places in the country, except like California, where it's 70 degrees all year. So the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, said that they need to recall 5.9 million 2007 to 2014 trucks and SUVs, but GM's just going to voluntarily recall 7 million of them total. What's really weird about this is that GM doesn't think that the recall is necessary and that everything's perfectly safe. And they're trying to fight that there needs to be a recall, and doesn't think that there's any safety risk, but they're still doing the recall. So it's really confusing and doesn't make any sense. But if you're watching on YouTube, that's the airbag control module in the middle of there.
Dude, that's crazy. So 7 million vehicles are coming back. So are they gonna like correct the mistake or completely just scrap the car? Or
no. Yeah, they'll just correct the mistake.
The dealer has to fix it for free if there's a recall.
Mm-hmm.
That's 7 million. How many? Let's say how much is an airbag? Like the correct mistake? What, like $100?
Dude, they're like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, they're a lot.
All right, that's all right. They'll do 7 million times 2,000.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Is that 1.4 billion?
Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah. I'm not doing math right now.
Yeah, that checks out to me. Leave us a comment if that math is incorrect.
They're doing it right now.
And
7 million times.
We're not going to respond.
True.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, whoa, that's a big number.
All right. Well, Tyler's counting the zeros.
There's 10 zeros. There's 10 zeros. What's this number?
It's 14 million.
14 billion.
Billion.
It'll cost them $14 billion.
I mean, I'm sure they get the parts cheaper than that. But
yeah, you're right. It costs 7 million. Let's say it cost them $500.
Yeah, sounds
good to me.
Billion. But yeah, the fact that they're gonna have to do that much work, like all the labor costs, like of paying their guys at the shop on top of that, is like
3.5 billion.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's not an easy repair to do. That's for sure. It's very intricate.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah, it's crazy that there was that big of an oversight to it, honestly. But I guess it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it happened to Ford actually a lot. I think a couple of years ago. Over the past couple of years, I think they've had at least 2 major recalls with some of their vehicles. So you definitely don't want to have recalls, but I can see why they happen, because these companies have to rush out their new products in order to, make more money, I guess you could say.
100%. Yeah, I would agree. Which, I mean, this could mean you could get a really good deal on a Tahoe or a Silverado from 2007 to 2014.
True. Or an Escalade.
Or an Escalade. That'd be pretty sick.
Dream car right there.
Hey, let's go.
Next to a Tesla.
Yeah. Make sure you get that fixed if you have one of these.
Yeah. Over here on the right, we have the chemical molecule sodium azide. That's the main component inside of airbags that cause it to rapidly inflate. And it's under intense heat that usually gets degraded. I think it becomes ammonia, if I'm not mistaken. So then it just like expands. Because right now, sodium azide is a salt, so it's really small. You can think of it kind of like table salt. It's like that size kind of, I guess, comparison. And then when it becomes a gas, it expands rapidly, like a lot. So that's what causes the...
So we should start making airbag chemicals in a lab and sell them. Become trillionaires.
That probably would not happen, but I guess we could try.
Hey, it's worth a try to me. Largest vehicle recall in history. I think they might need it.
All right, got a quick side note. Whatever happened with GM Nikola? Did that deal just fall apart?
Haven't heard about it in a while. I'm assuming it will eventually.
Yeah, probably. So I bet it's probably still on the table, but we don't really know what's going on inside the room.
I mean, after this 7 million recall, they probably won't have any money to even put on the table.
Their stock actually went up today, if you can believe it.
Dude, I know they're $29. Don't make any sense.
6.9% higher today.
I mean, do you know what's 6.9% higher as well? Diamond Peak Holdings.
That's true. It's true. I mean, I don't really know.
Yeah, they're doing good.
They're doing good. They're back.
It says Nikola's partnership with General Motors is still being negotiated. They already have deals with heavyweight truck makers that have a lot of power in the industry, and supposedly it's balanced negotiations, but no other update.
Bad. So they're gonna fall apart.
Probably.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. All right.
Kidding.
So in other news, we got President-elect Joe Biden. He has announced he's announced a lot of his cabinet positions, but he's announced the Treasury Secretary, and it's going to be, a little blast from the past. Janet Yellen, she used to be the former chair for the Federal Reserve between 2014 and 2018. So she's coming back, and she's coming back in a different role because, as I'm sure you all are aware, she was not reappointed by President Trump. He appointed Jerome Powell. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see her back, I guess, because I think she did a pretty decent job, at least in the Federal Reserve. She helped, with the expansion that happened during those years. We definitely were recovering from the recession in 2008, probably up until, I don't know, when you guys say like 2015, probably is when we were fully recovered, maybe.
Yeah. 2014.
Yeah, and then there was just a little dip in 18, but nothing significant.
Mm-hmm. So
I think sad.
I think she did a pretty decent job. I know she's more. She aligns more with the Keynesian philosophy, which, take it as you will. But I think you need to have a balance between economic policies. Both are probably pretty decent as long as you find the fine balance between them. So
it's very true. I'm glad she's she's a little like moderate, and like I feel like Jerome Powell is too. They're both pretty in the middle. But I'm just gonna miss not being able to put Jerome Powell in the thumbnails or money printer jokes.
Wait,
no, I
Jay Powell
mean,
getting replaced?
no, he's still going to be the Federal Reserve chairman.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Treasury second. I'm stupid. Never mind.
Yeah, so now she's going to be working with Jerome Powell, who replaced her. So
Money machine go. Brrr.
you would think there's going to be some tension there, but apparently they have a pretty good relationship together. They're good friends.
Yeah, I guess it's not as partisan as like Congress or the presidency would be.
Mm-hmm. But now she will be a little bit more partisan, or not partisan, I guess, but she's going to be a little bit more political because she's working in the White House cabinet rather than with the Federal Reserve, which is supposed to be non-political.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, how does the chairman of the Fed get like in power?
The president appoints them.
Oh, so like Joe could replace Jerome if he wanted to.
Yeah, but I think he has to wait until after the term is up.
Oh, interesting.
But usually they just reappoint the people because it's pretty nonpartisan. So I think President Trump was the first person to not reappoint the acting chairperson and appoint someone else.
Yeah, I wonder. Was it Ben Bernanke before him?
Before who?
Before Jerome Powell?
It was Janet Yellen, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was Janet. Dude, I need a nap.
Yeah.
I want to stop talking.
Basically, money machine go. Brrr, brrr, brrr. So yeah, basically more money being printed. Hopefully, we get some stimulus in, and yeah, everybody's gonna get their own little miniature money machine that prints out $100 bills. So look out for that.
Yeah, so her first task will probably be to try and broker a stimulus package with Congress to find the middle ground, because I think the Republican Senate was only going up to like 500 billion, but the Democratic House was saying like 2 trillion or something, or 3 trillion,
Yeah.
something like that. So there's a huge gap that she's going to have to navigate to find the middle ground.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Money.
It is a lot of money we're talking about, and
Well, everybody's going to be pissed off at her.
exactly. And since the certain disease, as some people would call it, is getting worse again. It's getting really bad again, actually. And there's been talks of potential, quarantines again, that people will probably definitely need a second stimulus check coming their way.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, they haven't figured out anything since March, so I'm not exactly hopeful.
Yeah, me
True.
neither. They just started closing down California again. Like restaurants are starting to get closed.
Mm-hmm.
We're next.
I hope not. I hope not.
I mean,
It might be.
I mean, I hate to say it, but our cases are pretty insane here.
I know, but I want to keep my job.
I mean, I'm sure you can. They'll figure out something. I
hope so.
I just hope it doesn't have as big of a economic impact this time around.
Yeah, me too. I really hope this vaccine comes in soon, or at least gets produced a lot quicker and just dispersed.
Jeez.
I agree 100%.
Yes, sir. We're having a ton of new cases today.
That's not good.
It's not good. What's this about Apple, though?
Oh man, Apple! Don't even get me started with them. Back-to-back stories for back-to-back episodes. So yeah, Apple got caught. Apple's chief security officer was accused of attempting to obtain a permit to carry concealed weapons, and you would think he'd be bribing them with money or something like that, but nope, he was bribing them with iPads. So he promised the Santa Clara County's sheriff's office over 200 iPads for them to get only 4 concealed weapon permits for their employees.
Holy.
And obviously, it's known throughout the state of California that it is illegal to have a concealed weapon unless you have a permit. And I don't know what was going through his brain. I mean, obviously, you could just go through submit an application, maybe go a couple screenings, and then wait your time for you to get approved. But I guess he didn't want to wait and just decided to, ship over 200 iPads.
Dude, who uses iPads that's under like 60?
Tell me about it. And I mean, think about it.
I'm just kidding. They're cool. I have one.
I mean, iPads aren't cheap either. They're like what, 400, 200, 300 bucks?
Probably around there.
I know. That's true.
That's
for only 4 permits. How expensive are these permits to get? I mean, I know none of us live in California. I know it's pretty strict there on gun control, so I'm assuming it is probably pretty hard, but I don't think it's that hard, is it?
It's probably because the permits are so impossible to get. I mean, 200 iPads. I mean, that's a sweet deal. I'd take an iPad, but
the 200 iPads times, let's say they're $300 each. That's $60,000 worth of iPads.
What, these people that were trying to get the permits, are they like felons or something? Is that why it's expensive?
I don't know, but they're employees of Apple, so I guess he was trying to do them a solid or something. But
Jeez. Why would you need to carry a gun around Apple?
Dude, I don't know. I guess for protection or something. But other than that, Apple's stock dropped 3% today.
That's pretty wild. Aren't some other weapons considered concealed weapons? Not just guns, like knives and
brass
other
knuckles
stuff?
are knives, police batons.
Ooh, police batons.
Yeah, those are all deadly weapons in Arizona. Concealed deadly weapons.
I mean, still though, 200 iPads. I'd settle with 50.
Honestly. All right, so don't have Tyler in control of anything important because he's a likely bribe target.
Right, first off,
I'm just kidding.
You're talking to the CEO of Lordstown Motors. All right, Dave,
Yeah.
I appointed you as co-chairman.
He's got a reputation to uphold, a public image.
And also, fun fact, I learned this in my cross-cultural management class. A lot of business that you do overseas, it is actually customary to bribe reps.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm 100% serious. Like, it is customary to bribe the reps of whatever country their company's in.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
I guess we'll have to keep that in mind when we're expanding the Big Gaucho's empire.
Interesting. Yeah. So maybe the Apple chief security officer just forgot what country they're in and realized that bribery is not acceptable in this country.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he got caught, and Apple's kind of taking a hit from it. We'll see how the trial goes, or if the charges are even dropped. I mean, he technically was trying to help out the sheriff, so they might just be like, "Yeah, you're all right. We'll let you off."
We'll let it slide. Yeah,
we keep the iPads though.
So insane. Yeah, no, I think it's a good opportunity to buy Apple stock. It's very stable, and it could get a lot cheaper from all this, so it'd be a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
But what's that?
I said I could see that too.
Yes, sir. Could also be a big win-win if you get a big winner, or maybe you get to buy the dip on a big loser, or pick up some sleeper stocks. Either way, you're going to make a ton of money if you check out these picks we got coming up next.
All right. Hit that soundtrack.
Yep. All right. What we got number one?
Number one, we got Macy's. They're up 15.3 or 0.3%, which is pretty good actually. So, I was thinking maybe Macy's to pick up, but I didn't because, Macy's always picks up during Christmas time, which I guess we're in officially now. We've probably been in officially since beginning of November. But yeah, they went up quite a bit. So that means department stores are not dead yet. Only some of them are dead, but Macy's is not one of them.
Yet.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then number two, we have Smile Direct Club Incorporated. They went up 14.39%, and they're a little bit unique because they're a teledentistry company, and they create 3D printed teeth aligners, kind of like the Invisalign, but it's not Invisalign because that's a competitor. So you can either wear these teeth aligners at night or throughout the day continuously, whatever you prefer. And there's different price options for these.
Okay. Yeah, we've had them on the big winners. Actually, no, it was the sleepers. We had them on the sleepers before, so it's good to see that they're doing pretty well. You know, hopefully somebody out there bought Smile Direct Club because of us.
Yeah, so I think these teeth aligners are definitely a lot better than traditional braces because I never wore them, but I've been told that they are quite painful and quite irritating. You got to limit your food ingestion, so definitely the aligners are a lot more convenient and a lot cheaper too.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's for sure. But we also got some big losers that are tanking.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
So, biggest loser number 1, we got Container Store. So, if you ever need something, if you ever have something you want to put into something and store it away, Container Store is your place to be. So basically, they sell containers, obviously Container Store, and other organizational products for your regular household day-to-day needs. And I guess people are running out of storage. Everyone's at home. They're not really buying too much or something. So because they're down 16.13% on the day.
I like it.
Dang.
The most ambiguous statement ever. If you ever got something, you need to store something. I respect it.
Hey man, it's a good enough ad for me. I'm going to the Container Store.
Heck yeah.
That's not sponsored yet.
Yeah, Container Store. If you want to sponsor us, it's biz@biggauchos.com.
Yes, sir. And number 2, we got Leslie's. So I'm sure you've probably heard of this before. They're down 6.73%. They're realtor for pool stuff. So if you have a pool, you need chemicals, you need floaties, you need little squirt guns, I don't know, waterproof footballs, basketball hoops, whatever, then check out Leslie's. But they are down a little bit today, so maybe you want to pick some up.
I want the big inflatable swan.
Oh, those are so cool.
But fun fact, Leslie's actually had their IPO about a month ago on October 30th. Crazy, we're already at the end of November, but yeah, it was about a month ago. So started out at $14.45. So maybe check that one out. I might check that one out because be good to buy in the winter because nobody's using their pool, and then dump that next summer.
True. Yeah, right now they're at 25 cents, so definitely a little bit of drop.
25 cents?
I'm just kidding.
It's like $20. Yeah, I'll pick some up for sure though if you guys do. Tyler, all in on Leslie's?
I'm in.
All right, sounds good. That's all I needed to know. That's how we make our investment decisions around here.
Dude, it's all or nothing. Wait, what was that one company that was supposed to IPO? Airbnb, wasn't it? Have they came out yet?
Not that I heard of.
Okay, never mind. Disregard.
Next stock.
Sleep.
Whoa, what a coincidence.
Whoa.
Macy's is number 1 on the sleeper stock list. Like Dave said, it's pretty good for Christmas, even though they're a big box retailer that probably be bankrupt in 5 years.
Yeah, I agree. Number 2, we got Moderna. The one of the proposed vaccination companies. I think there's 3 right now that came out. So you got Moderna, you got Pfizer, and you got, was it Astra or something?
AstraZeneca.
Yeah, AstraZeneca. I've heard that the AstraZeneca one is not really impressive. So it's probably going to be against Moderna or Pfizer, and I think it's probably going to be Moderna personally. So, they're a sleeper in my opinion.
You going all in?
No, I'm not, but I think that's what's going to be chosen.
All right, Tyler, all in on Moderna.
I'm in.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll cash out our whole portfolio and then just buy Moderna and Leslie's Pool Supplies on margin.
All right. Yeah. I respect it, but I will not endorse it, but I'll respect it.
Good enough for me. And what's good enough for you guys listening at home? Deutsche Bank, DB. Basically one of the worst big banks out there. It seems like they always have lots of financial issues. which isn't a bad thing. It makes it a good stock to be able to pick up. But the stock kind of fluctuates. You can get a pretty good deal on it, trading about $11. So, pretty much topped out. But I would say buy some puts on Deutsche. Honestly, I don't even know why I put it up there.
Just for funsies, but
just see if anyone's still listening.
If you are part of the mafia or the cartel or any other illegal organization, Deutsche might be your ally, because they were doing some smuggling, some laundering earlier this year that was released. So they're friendly.
Their stock went up.
They don't ask questions; they just take the money.
It's true. Quick disclaimer: we do not encourage those activities at Big Gauchos.
We do not.
Yep. Nope.
All right, now we're covered. And we'll be even more covered if we do this ad read for Anchor. So hit that. You already know. Ooh. Somebody's car alarm's going off. But there are no new additions to the bankruptcy boneyard, and still have not eaten a Ruby Tuesday yet. I took an amazing victory today. It was a pretty I don't want to say easy. It was a hard fought battle, but thankfully I was able to clinch the dub for today. So I think I'm gonna have to go pretty bold. I want to say 29,888.88.
Okay, I respect it. Not bad, not bad.
We'll see.
Interesting. All right, what do you got, Tyler?
I'm kind of torn. I'm thinking 30K.
Holy moly!
All right, you going for it?
No, I can't. I gotta play it safe now because I'm getting screwed over. Like I haven't won in like 2 weeks.
we all take turns doing it. It's all right.
I know. All right, 30K. Heck, why not?
Holy moly!
Dang.
You think tomorrow's the day?
Yeah, tomorrow's the day.
Why do you say that?
Because I just feel it. I feel it in my gut.
Yeah, Leslie's pool supply is going up 80% tomorrow.
Just imagine.
They're responsible for the Dow hitting 30K.
Are they even listening to the Dow? I mean, they probably are, but
I'll check. But we have no update from Canal either. So Dave, you're free to go.
Your numbers in already?
Yeah.
Holy.
They're on NASDAQ, so you're right. It wouldn't affect us. Tyler said 30 points.
Sorry, I corrected at 30K.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with 29 and 750. Bonk Austin in a little bit.
Why?
It's a strategic move, as some would say.
Whatever, I don't care anymore.
Watch Conaldo is 29,650.
Yeah, you already know he's going to. It's not even a if, it's when he's going to text it.
True.
I'd respect him for it, but I would be pretty upset.
Or he's going to do 3,100.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Well, that was easy to predict.
Yeah, you think he even looks at the close? He just looks at our numbers and just boxes us in.
Yeah,
basically.
That's what he's done for like 2 months.
I still can't believe y'all went against me on the decision. Y'all pissed me off.
No, I said both of you should get a point.
I think it was a fair decision.
How? He didn't submit his number.
Yeah, honestly,
the message didn't go through.
That's his problem, not ours.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't need to throw that Android away. That's why I said Tyler should get a point, because Canal should have seen it, didn't send.
Ooh, the Android bias again.
It's true. But I think we got some solid picks, very bold picks. You're just gonna have to come back and check us out on the Friday show. I want to thank everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show. Leave us a voice message on anchor.fm/gauchos or biggauchos.com if you want to send an investing tip we want to play on the show. Tyler, disclaimer, please go.
All right, Big Gauchos. Quick disclaimer, because we love disclaimers. We are not licensed brokers, and everything said on this podcast is our opinions from our experiences. With that being said, please invest safely, Big Gauchos. Do your due diligence, do your research, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, because we are not liable for any lost gains, but we are directly liable for all major gains because we love to make money. Please like, subscribe. We're growing every day because of you guys. Thank you. And Dave, let the viewers know our amazing Instagram.
Yeah, so the Instagram is at Big Gauchos on the Instagram app. So go over, check us out. You know, send it to your group chats, send it to your mom, your grandma, your dad,
Dog.
yeah, your dog, your brother or sister. You know, and we all know you guys got pet accounts for your dogs because a little freaky, but you know, I respect it.
Yeah, give us 2 follows on the pet account and 2 likes. Make sure after you're done with that, you go check us out on streaming services. If you're listening on YouTube, we are on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, Overcast, or you can add us to your own RSS feed or application anywhere. Make sure you share that link with a friend. Tell them something interesting that you learned. We already know what we said on the show, but listen to us at work or on the drive to work. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, especially make sure you leave us a rating 1 to 5 stars. We do not accept anything less than 4.5 stars. And leave us a good review. Tell us what you liked about the show, who your favorite Big Gaucho is. Boys, anything else to add before we get out of here?
Tomorrow is Taco Tuesday.
Yep. Make sure you cop a couple cheap tacos.
Taco Cello. Even though they're not cheap.
Taco Cello, downtown Phoenix. All right. Good night from Arizona. Hope you made some money today. Peace.